Good evening, everyone. My name is Barbie Decker. Welcome to our Empire webinar on Are You Curious About Coaching? I'm so excited to have you guys on. So let's get started. I want to be respectful of your time. First, as a way to start, I'm going to tell you my story in just a minute, but I want you to take a seat, take a pen and paper, or if you're in front of the computer, I want you to write down any notes during this presentation, and at the end, we'll spend about 5 to 10 minutes answering any questions that you may have. So for now, I want you to close your eyes. I know this is kind of new agey, but seriously, I want you to close your eyes and imagine the life that you want. If you could have the life that you want, what would that look like? Would that mean that you would be doing something that you love? That you would be picking your children up from school, dropping them off? Would that mean that you would go on vacation more often? That you would live in a tropical place? How would you feel if you could create the life that you want? What would that feel like? To love your job, to have more money, to not be in debt. How would you feel? And I'm wondering really how many of you gave yourselves permission to imagine this. So it is possible to create the life you want. And over the course of the next 30 minutes or so, we're going to talk a little bit about coaching, what it is and what it isn't. We're going to offer you some examples, or not examples, more like testimonies of folks who have succeeded in the business. We're going to talk about the tools that we have for you to succeed, what the costs are involved, and how it's possible for people with a busy schedule, whether you're a working mom or dad, a single professional, whether you're a waitress, stay-at-home person, unemployed, that it's possible for you with a full-time career or being unemployed to make this business work for you. By the end of the webinar, you're going to be able to make a decision if being a coach is right for you. So are you ready? So I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Barbie Decker. Just my credentials for now, because I know there are people on the call who don't know who I am. I have been a coach for 7 years, since 2007. I have been top 10 2 times, and I was also top coach in my region back in 2009. I have been an elite coach since the inception of the elite program. Only 0.001% of the coach population is in that category. I am a member of the Millionaire Club. I was the 17th person to be admitted into the club. I also have a transformation story. I won $10,000. I remember that day. I was so excited. And in my first business center, I'm an 11-star diamond coach, and I have 4 business centers. So let's go back to my story. It was the woman on the left. I know that picture. It makes me sigh. I had just lost my father. I had gone through a divorce, an amicable divorce. I had just finished my PhD. I have a PhD from New York University in French literature. And it was just a really tough time in my life. Even though getting my PhD was a wonderful thing, it was super stressful. Being divorced was truly like experiencing another death. And then, losing my father, that was so tough. But I was ready to start a new life, and it was June of 2007. I was walking down the street and I saw my ex-husband and his girlfriend, who had lost a significant amount of weight, And I saw her and I said, oh my God, she lost so much weight. What did she do? And she had done P90X that night. I bought the program because the proof was in the pudding and I wanted that pudding, right? I didn't care about her at all that, he had a new girlfriend. I just wanted to do the program. And so I bought the program and I wound up doing Slim and Six because that program was for weight loss. So I started with that. I lost in 6 weeks. I lost 11 pounds, 14 inches off my waist. I didn't look pregnant anymore. And I really got my self-confidence back. I decided to become a coach just 1 week after having completed Slim and Six. So I wasn't in, the shape that I wanted to be in, but I didn't care. I was so excited about having lost the weight that I wanted to share this with the world. And I was just so excited about the products. I decided to become a coach. I didn't initially mean to have a business. And in fact, a friend was talking to me about this the other day. I literally made a pact with another friend who also became a coach and someone I actually met online. And we said that we would never make money as Beachbody coaches because having come from a poverty background, a poor background, I just thought that it was a bad thing to help people and make money. I grew up on public assistance. My parents are from Ecuador and we moved here when I was 6, even though I was born in New York. I just grew up poor and I thought, okay, what's the best way for me to escape my poverty? It's to get a PhD, to excel in school. And so I knew that I wanted to help people. I thought that the traditional track of, education, of a corporate environment, but for me it was academia. I thought this is my escape, from poverty and from poverty mentality. So when I became a coach, I was just having fun. I mean, I was just so passionate about it that every single waking second of my day, I just wanted to help people. I was online, I was checking in with my, few little customers. And it wasn't till about 8 months later that I looked around and I started seeing other people around me who were also coaches and just normal people who were making 6 figures. And one day I had a conversation with a coach. He was a police officer and he said, Barbie, I'm just a regular guy. If I can do it, you can do it. And when you have those aha moments that a friend used the expression, a coach on our team, like she was hit with a ton of bricks. That's exactly how I felt. Only for me, that moment when I realized that I could do it, that I could also make 6 figures one day, I felt like the sky opened and the birds started singing and I saw the light and I said, I have no idea how I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do this. And I just made the decision that this was going to happen for me and I found the way. This was 7 years ago. And so fast forward to today and I'm truly living the life of my dreams. It's not only about the money, right? Because money is a vehicle for you to have the life that you want, but it's about the experiences that you're able to have and the person that you become in the process through this business. I truly know that I've impacted so many lives that I get to do this every single day. We have an amazing team of people, and there's no better feeling than to get a message from a customer, from a coach saying, you saved my life. Like, I'm this person because of you. So these are just some of the pictures of our travels. So my fiance is actually the creator of Body Beast. So Sagi, that's us in the pictures. And I never imagined that either. And those are some of the pictures of me speaking on stage at one of our events. It's just, I've managed to create an amazing life, and so many coaches on our team have managed to create amazing lives. So I just feel incredibly, incredibly grateful. And today I am in the best shape of my life. I mean, I'm not super ripped. I don't care about 6-pack abs. I'm just healthy. I'm happy. I feel fulfilled. And I forgot to say that in my 4th year as a professor, I decided to leave my full-time job to become a Beachbody coach. I just was an educator at heart, but I wasn't a researcher, and I wanted to follow my passion. And I had to ignore the social stigma of being in direct marketing, being in an MLM. And I followed my heart, and I'm so glad that I did. So I wanted to share another success story. She's not here on the call tonight, but her name is Amy Silverman, and that is her on the left, and that beautiful smile on the right, that's her today. She was overweight, depressed. She's lost over 30 pounds with Beachbody. She was alcohol dependent before. She's been, sober for years, and she talks openly about her story. When I met her online, I'm not her sponsor, but she's on our team. I remember the days when she was working more than 40 hours per week as a full-time waitress. She was in school full-time. She was deeply in debt, and you're going to see a picture in a few seconds. She's such a free spirit. And I remember her saying that she just felt so constrained with just the mold that life tries, people try to put you in, whether it's through a corporate job or in school. And now she's been a coach for almost 4 years. This is going to be her second year as a top 10 coach out of 200 and something thousand coaches. She gets to travel the world. She's either going to Costa Rica, Belize. She just went to Italy. She makes well into 6 figures, and she's truly found her life's purpose. I want to say she's 28 years old. I know that one of her goals is to be in the Millionaire Club before she reaches the age of 30. So I think that's going to happen pretty soon for her. And again, she's only been a coach for 3.5 to 4 years. And this is Amy now. I just found these pictures on her Facebook. And she just looks so happy. That's her and her husband, Kevin. And she won a trip for being a top 10 coach, and they went to Italy. So you can literally you have to be an adult. So you have to be 18 years old. You can be 18 years old or 70 years old to become a coach. You can come in any size, any shape, any color, as long as you're Canadian and from the U.S., right? You have Canadian or U.S. citizenship. You do not have to fit any particular kind of mold in order to be an awesome coach. You simply have to care about people and to want to help yourself and to empower yourself and to empower other people. So we're going to talk about the myths of being a Beachbody coach. So this is an objection, or not an objection, but really, let's call it what it is. It's an objection, right? People are afraid or think that they have to be ripped or super fit to coach other people. And that's simply not true. This is my coach, Erin Wester. She said today, she allowed me to use her pictures, and she said, I'm not anywhere near like super fit, but I'm on a journey. And she's on a journey. She's lost, I don't know how much she's lost. I can see she's lost over 30 pounds, maybe 40 pounds. I'm not really sure, but I know she's lost a lot of weight. Just when she decided to really work her business, and this just happened in April, so she had been a coach for a while, but she just hadn't woken up to the opportunity. She said she was making about $400 per week. And now this past week alone, she made almost $3,000 as a Beachbody coach. So you do not have to be super fit, but you do have to be a product of the product. You want to be a transformation in progress. And that in itself is inspiring for other people. So don't let that stop you from helping other people. We have people from, in all sorts of shape on our team. But again, I do tell you, you do have to be a product of the product. Another myth is, I don't have extra time to take on anything else. So this is another coach on our team, Wayne, and his beautiful wife, Anita, and their 6 children, and they recently adopted a child with special needs. He is an orthodontist with 4 practices. He was also top, I just got goosebumps, top coach 2 years in a row. He's an involved and devoted father. And this man, talk about not having time. He found the time and he's working his business. We have people that, they're full-time workers, they're full-time parents, they're juggling 2 jobs. You can create the time. I just did a presentation the other day and I said, Thomas Edison, who created the light bulb, had 24 hours in a day. Albert Einstein had 24 hours in a day. Oprah, 24 hours in a day. If you truly want to succeed in this business, you can make this happen. You just have to carve out the time. If you can carve out anywhere from 5 to 7 hours per week, you can make this business work. No joke. Another myth is that you have to be a salesperson, or an objection that I get is, but I'm not a salesperson. I don't want to sell. This is Lauren, and she's a stay-at-home mom, a military wife with her children, and she thought that she also had to be a salesperson, and she's not. She's top 10 coach. I think she might be top 10 this year as well. You just have to care about people. How many times have you recommended a movie to someone or a restaurant to someone? When was the last time that you bought something because one of your friends recommended something? I mean, I can look around and I can tell you, I bought my blow dryer because my friend Julie told me that it dries your hair super fast. I bought like a laser hair removal thing because my friend told me that it works. I bought my computer because my friend told me that it was super light. That's exactly what we do as Beachbody coaches. We recommend when you're crazy about something, right? Crazy in a good way. When you're crazy about something, you just share it, and you share it from the heart because you know that by sharing, you are going to make a difference in that person's life. And that's what Beachbody coaching is about. You do not have to be a salesperson. Another myth, and I love this one, only people who got in early make any money. Right? That is so not true. So yes, I got in early. I got 6 months in early, or 6 months after the opportunity became available. This is Kenna. She signed up as a coach in 2012. She makes 6 figures, and so she's only been a coach for about 2 years, and she and her team are growing exponentially. So that is a myth, and truly, if I can be frank with you guys, it's just an excuse to not succeed and not take a chance. Another myth, and I took a picture of myself, I can't afford to get started. It's not an excuse or an objection that I made. I just wanted to tell you that when I became a coach, even though I was a professor, I literally, with all my student debt, was living paycheck to paycheck. And so I had to put my startup fees on my credit card. And again, for me, it wasn't even an investment. Like, I just wanted to do it so passionately. I wanted to help other people that I decided to become a coach, and I put it in my credit card. You can borrow the money. You can put it on your credit card. You cannot eat out for a month. You cannot get that pair of sneakers. I saw someone saying that they didn't have money the other day to me, because they wanted to get fit, and then I don't want to say anything on the call, but I saw a few days later that they posted about getting a certain purchase. And I was like, you see, you do have money for the things that you want. So I understand, and I really, really am acknowledging that I understand that in this economy, things can be very tight, but I'm telling you that if you want to make this happen, you can, and you just have to cut out certain expenses, turn off your air conditioner on certain days, don't eat out, don't buy your coffee. Little things like that can add up. And we're going to talk about costs in a few minutes. So I wanted to, whether you decide to become a coach, whether you're a coach or not, I wanted to give you a few tips on being a successful Beachbody coach. So the first one is, and these are actually applicable to anything in life, is if you want to be successful in life as a Beachbody coach, you have to accept 100% responsibility for your success and for your failure. It's that simple. So if you've been blaming, whoever it is, I have the tendency, when something goes wrong, I'll be honest with you, I'll start blaming something, someone, and then I'll catch myself and say, no, I'm responsible. So make a list of all the people and the things that you blame, whether it's, your boss, someone said, the president, someone said, someone saying, meaning that I was talking about this to someone in a presentation that I did. I'm like, who else could you blame? And they said, the president. Who else can you blame? Your husband, the dog, the kids. Well, make a list of all the people that you can blame in your life and throw that out the window. In life, if you want success, as a coach, if you want success, you have to accept 100% responsibility for yourself. And that's when you become empowered and you can make things happen. The second tip to being a successful Beachbody coach is see mistakes and failures as an opportunity to grow. So in my 7th year as a coach now, I've really been looking at the past 7 years, and I have literally failed my way to success. I'm a 7-figure earner right now. And sometimes I wonder, how did I do that? I've made so many mistakes. Well, that's because I learned from the mistakes and I gave myself grace. So when you make a mistake, if you become a Beachbody coach, of course you're going to make a mistake. Of course sometimes you're going to say the wrong thing. I mean, that's just life. You're going to be a novice and you're going to have to grow and you're going to have to learn. So when you do make a mistake, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I do things differently next time? And you can't change the past, but you can change things going forward. And Tony Robbins asks all the time, or asks us to ask, what's the gift in this situation? So again, you see, you can apply all these to life. So another tip on being a successful Beachbody coach is look at successful coaches around you. And instead of comparing yourself and saying, wow, that'll never be me, tell yourself, not even ask yourself, but tell yourself, why not me? That's exactly what I did. I looked around me and I said, you know what? These are just people. They're just people. We're all just people. Why not me? And that changed my life. The last tip that I have for you, and I actually have many, many more tips as one of the team leaders when you join the team, is understand that to succeed, you have to empower other people. That it's not just about empowering yourself. And this took me a long time to learn. And this is one of the mistakes that, that I feel that I made in my first few years. So even though I was so excited about helping my customers, I was so also, probably the second year, so focused on, growing and advancing to the next rank that I truly kind of forgot that it was about really investing in my team, really investing in my coaches. So as you begin as a Beachbody coach, really remember this golden rule that you have to empower your customers, that you have to empower your team, that you're doing this because you truly want to make a difference in somebody else's life. And if you remember that, just that one tip all throughout your coaching and through your life, you're going to be a much happier person. And how does this apply to life, right? It's not just about you, it's about other people. And I love that as a tip, because the more you give, the more you're going to receive. So this is a picture of our team. Well, not all of our team. We have almost 17,000 members on our team. But this is a picture that we took at an event called Summit that took place this past June. And this was just a tiny portion of our team members. So we have a system to help you guys succeed. You're not going to go at this alone. When I first started as a Beachbody coach, it was a pretty new opportunity. We didn't have any systems in place. We had to create it. So you would be coming on to our team, the Empire, with almost 17,000 coaches, with several top coaches. I'm counting 4 top coaches, several millionaires on the team, hundreds of diamonds and star diamond coaches. So what are some of the benefits to our system, of our system? Number one, as a Beachbody coach, you receive 25% discount on all of our products. Because we have a system, which we're going to talk about in a bit, you're going to speed up your success rate. You don't have to make the mistakes that I made because I didn't have a system and there was no one to teach me, right? You are going to benefit from the hundreds of diamonds and star diamonds, and we truly work together as a team. You're going to increase your own fitness results. It was actually one of the reasons that I decided to become a coach. I wanted to be accountable, and I knew that because I was a coach, I was going to take my results more seriously, and I've never let go of that. Becoming a coach builds confidence and self-esteem, and also getting in shape builds confidence and self-esteem. I just remember being overweight. I lost that. And when I started getting back in shape again, I found it. So it's really, it kind of is that simple. How stressed are you because you have debt, because you don't have enough money coming in? You can create more, how do you say that? Carefreeness? That's not a word. You can become more carefree by creating an income. So you can reduce your stress. The great thing about being a coach is that you can go at your own pace. So let's say you want to build a six-figure income in the first year, you can do that. We can help you accelerate your progress. Let's say you just want to do this full-time, a part-time, you want the discount, you maybe want to, sell a little something here and there, make a few dollars. That's okay. This is truly the beauty about our business. You can go at your own pace. We have a 30-day online boot camp that gives you, like the slide says, bite-sized daily tips, and you will have the support of your sponsor who can do weekly calls with you. To guide you through the process, we have private Facebook groups for Q&A and support. We have weekly team calls. I mean, we really do have so many resources, and our website is being revamped right now, so it should be up in about 2 months. And like I said, you can go part-time, you can go full-time. And the beautiful thing about being a coach is that it allows you to dream again. Lately, I've been working a lot on one-on-one with coaches and with small groups, and I realized that we as adults have forgotten how to dream, how to want things. Like, when did that happen? I guess when we finished school, when we got stuck in the corporate grind, I'm not really sure. But being a coach allows you to dream again, and not only to dream, but to make those things happen, to make those dreams a reality. So those are just some of the benefits of being a coach, and specifically of being a coach on our team. So before we get to the actual cost of what it'll cost you to become a Beachbody coach, if you were to hire a world-class trainer, right? So I have a coach on our team who had actually worked with Sagi Kalev, I think before Body Beast came out. So he was spending at least $2,000-3,000 per month to get ready for a competition, right? All his costs. If you were to go to a nutritionist to get a meal plan, you would pay about $250 for one consultation. I can tell you because I did that a few years ago, and because I am fiancéed to one. If you were to be on a quality whole food meal replacement, so that's about the cost of Shakeology. It's cheaper than that, actually. And if you were to pay for hands-on training, you would pay probably about $4,000 a month. I just came back from Business Mastery. I personally paid $9,995 for 5 days with Tony Robbins in a group of 2,000 people. So $10,000 for 5 days of training. As a Beachbody coach, you would get an elite fitness program, you would get Shakeology, you would get sample meal plans, and you would get all the training with your sponsor as well as all the tools from our team. But if you were to pay for this somewhere else and separately, people have paid well over $6,000. And this is a recurring cost. But now let's talk about what it would cost you if you became a coach. So we have two options. If you're so serious or totally serious about starting up your own business, and by the way, I wish this had been available when I became a coach. If you buy the Showcase Challenge Pack for $295, you get 3 programs. You get the 21-day fix, which is a 21-day program, and it comes with these cute little containers so that you can learn about portion size. It comes with Focus T25. It's a 25-minute program with Sean T, and you also get P90X3. I was a cast member in P90X too, and you guys have heard of P90X. Everyone has heard of P90X. You would get Shakeology, so 3 programs, Shakeology, a 30-day free trial membership to the Team Beachbody Club that allows you to make customized meal plans. You would get your business starter kit, right, which includes the Coach Welcome Book. It includes your business service fee, which starting on the 2nd month is just $15. You get 2 websites that all you have to do is write your little bio, and you get the coach tools, which include a Shakeology taste sampler, tote bags, which is so cool. See, I didn't get this stuff. Shakeology welcome guides, and Team Beachbody product catalog so that you can share with people when you're out and about. All that for $295. If you were to buy this separately, I wish I knew what the actual cost was, but let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. It would be well over $450. I don't have the exact calculation, but just knowing what things cost, it would really be well over $400. So that's one option. And again, let me go back to the slide. It's called the Showcase Challenge Pack. Your other option is to get a challenge pack. So the challenge pack, you have your choice of a fitness program such as Body Beast or PIO or the 3-day refresh or any of these programs on the screen, and Shakeology. All of our programs come with a comprehensive nutrition guide, a quick start guide, a workout calendar. And I have to tell you, when I started with my fitness, I put my calendar on the refrigerator and I put a little X every time that I did my workout. And I was so motivated to get 30 little X's. No, it was, 45 X's. It was 6 weeks, the program. You also get your Shakeology, I said that, and a free 30-day trial membership in the Team Beachbody Club. Now, the price is anywhere from $140 to $205, and that depends on the program that you get. So PIO, for example, is right now $160. I want to say yes, $160 for the challenge pack. Body Beast is $170 for the challenge pack. And for the next 2 days, no, actually today's the last day that you can get the 21-day fix challenge pack on super sale. Ask the person who invited you to this webinar, because I want to say it's $140, but I might be wrong. But so it's either $140 or $160. Either way, it's on super sale. And you also get the coach fee of $40 waived with the challenge pack and with the showcase pack, okay? So those are your 2 options. To start a business, that is peanuts, you guys. If you were to start your own franchise, you would be paying about $300,000. Here, you're investing in your own fitness because you're going to be using the products, you're going to be using the Shakeology and the fitness program, and so you're just basically investing in yourself. So really, there is no risk. If you decide to become a coach and 30 days late, within 30 days, you decide, you know what, this is really not for me, you get your money back, no questions asked. When I decided to become a coach, I signed up and I had a knot in my stomach because I didn't know what I was getting into. And I only signed up because I knew that I could cancel. And at any point, you know, if you decide a year later, this is not what I want, there's no penalty. You can just decide to cancel. But hopefully that won't happen. Hopefully you'll be like myself and like the thousands of other coaches who love what they do and are in it to win it. Okay, that was really corny to say that. So my question, you've heard what Beachbody coaching is, right? So just to reiterate, really, we are here to help other people. We are advisors. We're not nutritionists. We're not medical experts. We're not health experts. We just love the products. We use the products. We want to help other people get in shape. And so as a Beachbody coach, that's what you do, and you share the opportunity with other people. I heard someone say a few months ago, Beachbody is a blessing. And if you know about this blessing, why wouldn't you want to share it with someone else? And that's exactly what we do as coaching. We share something that has blessed our lives. So the question for you is, when is the right time to get started? Tomorrow never comes. So you have to decide for yourself if now is the right time. Are you willing to commit now? Is what you're doing today getting you to where you want to be? And if it's not, you need to do something different. What did Einstein say? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, right? So maybe it's time to do something different. If you want to make a difference in your own life, in your family's life, if you want more time, more freedom, more money, if you want to be able to do more things to make a difference, to help people, with money or without money, it's up to you. Which path are you going to choose? We really do have an amazing team. We have all the tools. We have all the support that you need to succeed. It's really up to you. So I love this quote, hope is not a strategy. You have to take action. We're here to help, and we'd love to have you join us on the Empire. This is our team, and we're strong, and we're doing great things, and we'd love to have you join us. So we ask that you please contact the coach who invited you to this webinar. It's important that you do that. Don't just go and sign up because you'll be randomly assigned to someone and then you won't be able to benefit from the tools that we have to offer only for our team. So with that said, I want to open the floor to any questions. You guys can chat in the little chat box, and I'm happy to spend 5 minutes or 10 minutes answering any questions. Seriously, you guys, at this point, you should say, yes, I want this. No, I don't want this. Or you have questions because you need to know X, Y, and Z before you can move on. And I am welcoming any kind of question. I seriously am prepared to answer anything that you have in mind. So hit me. Okay, random question from Jeff. Is it possible to become a coach without buying a challenge pack? Yes, it is. You can also become a coach by just buying Shakeology on Home Direct, but in that case, you would pay $40 for the fee. So, in my opinion, you might as well get the cheapest challenge pack for $160 and pay $20 more. So I should have mentioned, I'm really glad for your question. Shakeology is the backbone of our business. If you want to build something, right? Because what you're going to get is residual income. So basically that's making money while you sleep, right? The way to do that is through Shakeology. So I tell people, it's necessary to build a business. So Joan said the 21-day fix is $140 until today, you guys. So I made a mistake. It's not $160. So if you guys want to get started with the 21-day fix today is the last day to do that. And so that would be the same price as just getting Shakeology and paying for the coaching fee. So today is the day. And yes, this presentation is being recorded. So are there any reoccurring charges like monthly business fees? Great question. Yes, there is a $15 business services fee because you get your websites. So you have two websites, one for Shakeology and one for all the products in general. And you don't have to store any products in your house. You don't have to deal with clients' credit cards. We have what we call an online office, a back office. And that's what you pay $15 for. It's the bomb. Okay, so let's ask me more questions. Come on, give me some hard questions. Linda, do you have to be good with computers to have your website? Absolutely not. You have to have a computer or a phone or an iPad to fill out the information, your bio, but you don't have to be good with computers, no, not at all. You're not creating a new website. That's the beauty of this business. You get your 2 websites and all you have to do is write your little bio. Like, hi, my name is Barbie. I've been a coach since 2007. This is what got me started. So do you have to buy products in bulk to sell, or is it just as a buy order basis? Great question, Amber. And no, you don't have to have, that's what I said, you don't have to stock any products. So you have a website, you go to your website, which it'll be like beachbodycoach.com/your screen name. And then you tell your customers or your future customers to go there, and then they go and they order there, which is awesome. Yes, I know that a lot of businesses, they make you stock things in your garage and stuff, right? So Eric has a question. How do you get paid? What dictates how much you get paid per week, I guess is what you're asking. So you get paid weekly. There are 8 different ways to earn. So you get, okay, I'm not going to go through the 8 ways because I don't even know the 8. I mean, I don't have the information in front of me. I just know that I get paid. It's 25% on retail products, but if it's a challenge pack, it's more, anywhere from like $50 to $70, depending on the challenge pack. The way you truly build an income is through building a team, and that's through the team cycle bonus. And so you want to rank advance, but we're not going to get into that part because that would take too long. But there are many ways to earn. Truly, the way to build an income is to start building a team, which just means, telling other people about coaching and helping them get started. And you don't have to be an expert to do that. You can depend on the team. And as you learn, they learn as well, your new coaches. Okay, so Crystal said, I'm not in shape myself. How would I go about encouraging others when I'm still trying to figure that out myself? That's a great question, Crystal. So are you committed to your fitness and to getting in shape? That's the question. And if the answer is yes, then you are a work in progress. Your story is in the making. And so people are going to get inspired by that. So let's say, you're unhappy with your weight. You're 50 pounds overweight. And, next year you're still 50 pounds overweight, then I would tell you, you need to question your motive for being a coach and really see, and I'm not talking to you, right? I'm just saying in general, because you do have to be a product of the product, and you do have to show people that the products work, but you can be in the middle of your, on your, contact of your, progress. So, hold on a second. There are 2 more questions. Hold on. Sherry wanted me to ask you, what if I don't really like Shakeology? Well, if you don't really like it because you don't like the taste, you don't like the benefits, that's a really good question. So 2 things. You have to believe in the products in order to sell them, right? In order to tell people about them. If you don't believe in the benefits, let's say for some reason you are allergic, right, to Shakeology, that can happen. I would still say, if you want to be successful in the business, you need to order it, because how can you ask someone else to do it if you're not doing it? And you can use them as samples. Okay, so that's an option for you. But then you also need to get informed on what the benefits are. And we have hundreds and thousands of testimonials about Shakeology. So, use those testimonials, but it is necessary for truly building a business. So Bridget, you said, who do I contact if I just saw the posting about this webinar on your Facebook page? I don't know. Well, yes, if you saw it on my page, you come to me. If you saw it on another coach's page, you go to that coach, okay? So I really want us to respect that. So if you saw this post on somebody's Facebook page or somewhere on social media, I want you to contact that coach and they can help you get started. Okay, what other questions? What's in Shakeology? So Jessica, the person who told you about this webinar, can give you an ingredients list, because I can't even tell you the 70 vitamins and minerals and phytonutrients that are in Shakeology. I just know that it's amazing, and that people love it and that I love it. So Lauren, you said you love Shakeology, but I love working out at the gym. I like working out at the gym too, Lauren. I work out at home and at the gym. And if you love Shakeology, yes, you can definitely, absolutely be a coach and tell people about Shakeology. You should, however, be familiar with the programs, right? So I would say, begin with a challenge pack, dabble with some of the programs, one of the programs, so that you can open the box, try a few workouts, and you can film. I mean, we have lots of, for example, personal trainers and fitness instructors who do some of the programs, and they also work out at the gym and they teach their own fitness classes, but you have to be familiar with something in order to recommend it. So like, I've never done the 21-day fix, and I recommend it to certain of my clients because I know about it, but I have done other programs, so I know how Beachbody programs work. So another question, wow, you guys are asking lots of questions, which is great. Okay, so that was that question. Hold on a second. What's in Shakeology? Amanda had a question about a military thingy. Go ahead and ask me, because I didn't see the question, so ask it again. Okay, I'm just scrolling down the chat box. I know. Okay, so Eric, you said, is the Empire the organization that all the Beachbody coaches fall under, or is the Empire your team that you have built? Yes, so I began with myself, and then other people came, and other people came, and then we are the Empire. But we are all part of one big team, which is Team Beachbody. And I think more and more we're working together as a giant team. On our team, there are almost 17,000 people, but in the entire network, there are over 200,000 coaches. So we are just a small part, or not such a small part, of Team Beachbody. Okay, someone wanted to know about discounts for military members and their spouses. So if you're an active military, you have the coaching fees waived, and speak to your sponsor about that, who can give you more information. But your coaching fees are waived as long as you're part of active military. Okay, you guys, I'm going to take one more question and we're going to wrap this up. I have absolutely loved your questions. And I really hope that you guys found this helpful. It's always fun to do these. Come on, guys. Ask me a question. What's on your mind? What do you need to know in order to make a decision about becoming a coach? Or I'll start telling you guys a story. I was boiling my engagement ring because I heard that that's how you clean it. And then I was getting ready for this webinar, and I forgot that I didn't turn off the stove. And then I found my dried up ring, but it's okay. Yeah, that's my little story. I was like, oh my gosh. So I'm glad that I got up when I went to get a drink of water. All right, you guys, going once, going twice, and 3 times. Okay. All right. Now you guys ask questions. Okay. 2 questions. That's it. We're done. So, someone said they had questions about the 21-day fix that you've heard. It's a very low calorie. I think it's about, I want to say like 1,200 calories, but you could also increase your calories. If I personally wouldn't do the 21-day fix because I'm not trying to lose weight. I understand my portions. I know how much I want to eat. But if you find that you're starving in it, then up your portions. It's really not a problem. So Fatima, you said, what if you started as a coach and you decided it's not for me? So like I said during the presentation, you can decide within 30 days, you can get your money back, risk-free, nothing involved. At any point, you can also just decide to cancel. There is no contract. And that's one of the reasons that I decided to do it, because I really didn't know what I was getting into, you know? So I am so glad that I decided to do it. So Kelsey said, thanks, Barbie. I really want to go over and buy the 21-day fix, but I'm literally broke. I might just save for about a month, like you said, and then go buy it. That's it. You do what you need to do, you know, and look at this as an investment in yourself. I'm looking at any more questions. Oh, what's my favorite Beachbody program? I know it's going to sound like I'm partial, but since my fiance is Sagi Kalev, it really is my favorite program, but not because of that, because they don't make me start. You know, he's a clinical nutritionist, right? He's got 25 years of, and actually we were talking about it today. He was talking about Body Beast and how it really is a work of love, and he's 42 years old. It was 25 years of bodybuilding experience and his experience with nutrition. And that is a labor of love. So anyway, that's my favorite program and my favorite man. So is there a military discount? Yes, we talked about that. No coaching fees at all if you're active military. Hey babe, they said you're funny. Someone said you're funny. He said funny about what? I don't know. They just said you're funny. He's coming. The beast is coming. They can't see. You want to see the beast? Come and say hi. Uh-oh, now you're going to see the camera turned on, you guys. All right. I should probably stop recording. So say hello to the beast.
So.
Oh, wait. What did I do? Oh, nothing.
Who do I talk to?
So these are people that are thinking of becoming a coach.
What is it to think about?
I don't know, babe.
Nothing to think about.
Do it.
Yeah, you make a decision in the first probably 30 seconds to a minute when you know what you're about to do. Just like a girl, when she goes on a date with the guy, she knows in the first 2 minutes if she's gonna stay with him or go home with him or not. That's a fact. Not me saying it. See, I make her laugh. I don't know what was so funny.
Whatever it takes. I told you he's funny, someone said.
But really, coaching, and I work in my practice with lots of coaches, and they really, I heard what you said, they struggle with the fact that being a coach, you lead by example, but leading by example means that you're open heart, that you share your struggles, your pain, and that each journey is different. And one word from you, one word can save someone's life.
Absolutely.
So the power of the word that you have is so amazing that you given actually an opportunity not just to change the people around your lives, but so many others by influence with your journey and sharing your fears or your thoughts or your joys in an amazing company. And I've been with the company since the beginning of 2010 from the other side. And I can tell you that just like I go to work every morning, and I don't even know if I call it work, because for me, helping other people, it's work in a way that it's very rewarding and I get paid, but I go to work knowing that today I got a gift from God, and the gift is that I'm able to serve Him with my gifts to serve others. And that's something that you cannot take lightly. So always see the gift and come from a place of gratitude, and everything will change, especially when you don't expect anything,
Absolutely.
but you really appreciate everything.
That's it.
We out?
We're out. Thank
All
you,
right.
Sagi.
Beast out.
Beast out. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night.